Welcome to the world of anime recaps, and in this video, we will go over the story of Kakegurui. Our story starts out at Hayakawa Academy. This academy is a little different from others as it's a gambling den at nighttime that teaches students about money and manipulating others. The show starts with our male lead, Suzui Ryota, gambling with Saotomi Mary. Suzui loses to Mary and gets under a debt of 5 million yen. Being unable to pay off his debts, Suzui becomes a house bat at Mary's servant. The next scene introduces Jabami Yumeko, a naive and beautiful-looking girl, as she transfers into Hayakawa Academy. She enrolls in Suzui's class, and being the class representative, Suzui takes on the job of showing her around the school. As Suzui takes her around the school, he tells her about the school becoming a gambling den when she asks about his house pet tag after getting in quite close. Yumeko gets excited after hearing this and is interested in giving it a try. To her luck, Saotomi Mary challenges her to a friendly game of rock, paper, scissors. The class swiftly changes into a gambling den and Mary explains the rules. Both of them have to draw 3 cards from a box and their classmates will draw their random hands on these cards. Yumeko is given chips that are worth 10,000 yen each. Yumeko starts with losing a few rounds, and as Mary taunts her, she goes all in but loses again. Yumeko, after losing all her chips, asks for another round, pulls out 10 million yen in cash from her bag, and pushes the wager to 10 million yen. Mary hesitates, but she eventually agrees. It is revealed that 21 of the 30 class members drawing on the cards were with Mary. Yumeko claims that she already knew about the game being rigged and outwits Mary and wins the game, putting her in a debt of 8.8 million yen. Yumeko leaves with Suzui and later explains how she already knew that Suzui was helping Mary due to his debt. Suzui apologizes to Yumeko as he talks about leaving the academy. Yumeko gives him 5 million yen as a gift. The next day, Yumeko calls Suzui her friend quite early as they come to know that Mary is being bullied due to her status as a house pet. Suzui explains to Yumeko how the hierarchy of the school works and how the bottom 100 students are labeled as house pets. A little later, Yumeko is challenged to a match of gambling by a first-year student named Sumeragi Itsuki. The game she proposes is about flipping most pairs of cards in a row. Yumeko naturally agrees, and as they play, Yumeko loses all her wager. Itsuki suggests playing more if Yumeko agrees to gamble one of her nails, as Itsuki wanted to add it to her collection. They agree, and as the game starts, Yumeko remarks that she has already seen through Itsuki's little trick. Yumeko starts to flip cards and ends up winning by a landslide. She suggests Itsuki to play more by wagering all of their fingernails, to which Itsuki backs out after getting scared. Yumeko goes to gamble more after school with Suzui and comes across a member of the student council, Nishin Natuan Yoriko. They find out that Saotomi Mary was already playing against Yoriko and has already lost 40 million yen, and her debt has risen to a total of 46 million yen. Suzui explains the chance given to house pets to challenge anyone they want, called an official match. Yumeko, being Yumeko, accepts the challenge from Yoriko to gamble. The rules of the game played by Mary are being explained by her. The game is called Life and Death and is essentially a game of small swords in a cup being shuffled and thrown on the board, where the players have to guess the number of the slot the sword lands in. If you guess correctly with the sword facing upwards, you win 30 times the wager, but if it lands upside down, you lose 30 times. Yumeko later reveals that Yoriko is cheating as well, with the dealer controlling the landing of the swords with magnetic piercings. As the method isn't certain, Yumeko suggests to keep playing and wagers all 40 of her chips on number 24. If it lands, she wins 2 billion, and if she loses, she gets 300 million in debt. As the stakes are so high, the student council president gets involved. Yumeko loses the gamble and gets 300 million in debt. She later remarks that the president had a second magnet underneath that she was unaware of, and mentions that she wants to gamble the president while getting aroused. Yumeko gets the title of a house pet and is later treated badly, to which she doesn't seem to mind so much. Yumeko is then offered a life plan by the student council to pay off her debt with her life. A guy named Kiwatari isolates Yumeko and asks her to take her clothes off, to which she declines. As he threatens to rape her, another member of the student council, Ishikima Midari, gets involved and saves her. The council suggests a game of switching deaths later where Yumeko and Mary Saotome are playing together. Kitawari is also involved alongside another girl. As the game goes on, it's revealed that the fourth girl is working with Kitawari. Yumeko gives the girl some confidence, and at the end, working alongside Mary dumps Kitawari on the fourth place under 310 million yen of debt. Yumeko lowers her debt but still keeps the title of house pet. Mary suggests that she's doing that to get a match with the student council president and stop the house pet system, but we already know that she isn't after that. The student council holds a meeting about Yumeko, and Madari gets excited and wants to gamble with Yumeko after hearing about her past. Madari kidnaps Yumeko and Suzui and forces them to play a game of life and death involving shooting with a revolver. Yumeko goes through the game alive by guessing the weight of the gun, and at the end of the game explains her hate toward people like Madari, seeing which Madari falls for her. Yumeko's next match is set up with a school idol, Yumemeti Yumemi. Yumemi asks Yumeko to join her group if she loses, to which Yumeko replies by stating how Yumemi hates her fans. While Yumemi accepts it, Yumeko has already recorded it and demands waging her reputation on the line. Yumeko ends up beating Yumemi in the final birthday guessing game and reveals the recording to all her fans that made little to no difference. When asked about the secret letter she had, Yumeko blames another member of the council, Manyuda Kaide. She offers Manyuda to gamble, to which he normally declines. However, she uses her house pet status and challenges Manyuda to an official gamble. The game is choice poker, and that's similar to regular poker without being able to fold and call. The vice president deals with the game and the limit on betting is removed. The gamble starts, and due to Kaide having more chips, wins the first bets. Yumeko asks Itsuki for more money to bet. She agrees and the game continues. Yumeko runs out of money again and asks Itsuki to bet her life this time. Itsuki agrees and rips her nails out to show commitment. When Yuta bets his life on the line, as well when it's revealed that the dealer was actually the president herself. Manyuda commits to the stronger hand and ends up losing to Yumeko. Manyuda passes out as his hair turns white. Yumeko and the president stare off and decide to gamble. The gamble is dealt by a member of the council, Yamazuka Runa. The stakes are set to whoever loses leaves the academy. The game they decide to play is Tarot Cards of Fate. 22 cards will be placed having numbers that are counted as negative or positive according to their position. However, if the Joker is drawn, Yumeko wins. The game starts and Yumeko draws the Magician in an upright position, giving her a score of +1. President ends up drawing the reverse world, giving her a score of -21, making the game unlosable as the score gets to a -20. Suzui is selected to draw the last card. He guesses the Joker being the one with the blue lip gloss, but instead of going after the hint, thinking that it might be a trap, he goes to draw randomly just like Yumeko and ends up drawing Judgment in the upright position with a score of +20. The game ended up in a draw and none of the two had to leave the academy. It's never revealed if the marked card was the Joker or not. The president can be seen disassembling the student council at the end of the season.